All right, guys. You probably clicked on this expecting, I don't know, some entertainment, but really, this video, I'm not just going to rant about what I think is wrong with TapTap Heroes. I'm really going to be talking about um, what's wrong right now, or what I think is wrong right now, and how I think they can fix it. So you'll see I have like a, whoops, wrong way, a what to fix header. So let's be civil about it. But there are some things that, as of recently, maybe the last few months, and I've been playing for over a year now, that have kind of bothered me about the game, and I'm really hoping that things turn around. So I'll go ahead and start with the most important one, in my opinion, and that's going to be hero balance. So right now, and if you guys have ever watched my stream or have asked me questions, you'll notice that I give a lot of the same answers now. And the reason for that is because there's not a lot of strategy in the game as far as what are the best heroes to have on your team. Uh, while there may be a tough question as who is um, what is the best team, because you run into the problem, can you have duplicate heroes and all this kind of stuff. I don't want to get into that, but I did want to mention for hero balance that at the moment, if you're not using the same, or if you're not using four of these meta heroes, then my recommendation for people who are trying to build teams are just to go get those heroes. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about, well, first off, I'm talking about Shudmel. And I'm going to come back to Shudmel before we move off of this topic because I do want to mention some things that are okay and some things that aren't. But there, Shudmel, Valkyrie for sure, um, Phoenix, which is the biggest culprit, and Drow. Okay, so these four heroes have all been the out of the last five heroes were released. These are four of them. I'm not counting Detlef. He's the fifth one that didn't really change anything. But these four heroes have changed the game in a way that the gap between the first hero, so this is, say this is Valkyrie for Alliance, and then um, your like second best hero is Ultima, most likely as a tank, is like down here. See this big gap, and then after Ultima would be maybe Tesla, and he's like just right about here, like just a little bit below Ultima, maybe a little bit. But see this giant gap between Ultima and Valk, like there's no contest. I can never argue a point. I could never make a team composition where Ultima would be better than using Valkyrie. You see, this is a problem. This means that there's a gold standard to go for, that really the game is not, the game has gotten to the point where you can't argue that, oh, my team does better with Ultima or does better with Saw Machine because I've built it that way. No, Valkyrie always the best. So this can be said for Phoenix. This can be said for Shudmel for sure. And Luna and Drow are close, people say. But like, if this was the gap, there's still this much gap. Like, I still think there's a big difference between them. It's just not as big as the other three, which are huge gaps. See what I mean? So they've released these new heroes, and they haven't really come out with. And the next hero they released was Detlef, who is actually worse than even some of the old heroes. So it's not. It seems like a new era, a new age of TapTap heroes, where hey, everyone go for these heroes. The old ones are irrelevant now, which is really sad for old players who have been like building up their teams over the course of months, building up 10 stars, just for them to be like, a new player maybe started a month ago and they already have a 10-star Phoenix as their first hero. This is very common to see 10-star Phoenixes as people's first 10-star hero. And that's the best hero in the game. There was no build up. That was their first hero because it was so common and just so much better than all the other heroes. They didn't have to make a choice. The choice was obvious. Pick Phoenix. I'm getting it in all these events. I'm getting it easily from converts. And I don't want to get into that too much because Phoenix is has its gonna have its own video and all that, right? Um, so hero balance is a big problem right now. You have things like Valkyrie is a good example where I'm not saying before these heroes were released that it was fair, because obviously there was too much CC or a lack of removing CC before these heroes came out. I'm talking about Luna. Luna was a big problem before these heroes, and now Luna is still pretty good, but just pretty good now, and not amazing. But the problem was that it was just too much CC in the game. You got a lucky Luna proc, and it was game over, right? And there's so much damage in the game, no one can out heal all of it. That's different now. Shudmel, Drow, and Phoenix on the same team allows you to out heal a lot of CC, especially with revive heroes being back in the meta. But Valkyrie is a big problem. Valkyrie is so strong that she can end up being your highest damage dealer and your highest healer. I'm talking about with the other meta heroes. It's very possible that in a battle, your Valkyrie does more damage and more healing than all the other heroes on your team and the enemy team. And that's not including the debuffs that she gets. Um, Draining skill damage, reducing attack. That's like if you just remove those both of those things, she'd still be doing insane damage and healing. Um, so this is not good for the game. It's really not. I don't want to talk about like how developers create games. I don't know anything about the developers. I don't know what their game plan is, if they have a strategy. But the way as a player it makes you feel when they release a hero that makes all your other heroes irrelevant are they want to get me to spend again so I can have a higher chance of getting that hero because I need it now if I want to stay relevant. Because if someone gets a lucky pull or a lucky convert or a lucky energy summoner, who knows what, right? If they get some lucky pull and they suddenly get the new hero, they 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 just need to add that new hero to their team, and that is it. It's not like they need to fix the rest of their team. It's not like they need to build up in any sort of way. The new heroes are so OP, you just pop them in, and they're suddenly better than someone you've been working on for a while, for months. So I don't like that. I want there to be some sort of balance. I want old heroes to be niche and still be good. Now, I'm still in hero balance, so I'm going to come back to it. Shud Mel was the first one that of these new meta heroes that just came in and just really like just made a big difference as to who the best heroes are, right? But I am actually sort of okay with Shud Mel. And here's the reason. Energy artifacts were released around the same time Shud Mel was released. Tears of the Goddess came out as an event reward, and that had no counter. Like the only way to stop Tears of the Goddess was another Tears of the Goddess user who was faster, like base stats was faster with the speed rune, and had CC in their ability. So people like Luna, who could cast it and silence you before you could use your Tear of the Goddess. Um, and that's fine. I actually think that was a good way to balance it. Luna was still too strong, but this is where Shudmel comes in. Shudmel is the counter to Tear of the Goddess, and I'm okay with that. If if she was a niche hero that is really good at just doing that, I would have been fine. I do think she does too much healing. But if you're gonna give a basic attack silence, I mean, I'd take the hero. No matter what the other skills are, that is just so good. And I'm fine with Shudmel being strong in that sense because Tear of the Goddess does need to be fixed. Sorry, not fixed, countered. It's too strong. And Shudmel you can get from Advanced Wheel. I'm happy with that decision. That's a really good idea. Make this hero easily accessible to people so that they all have a way to counter Tear of the Goddess. I'm okay with that. It doesn't counter 100% anyway. You still have to get lucky. It hits 3 out of 6 people, which is good. 50% chance. I'm happy with that. Um, okay, so I do want to comment. So I said a lot of bad stuff, and then I said a little bit of good stuff here about Shudmel. Let me go back and talk more about bad stuff. Detlef came out and they said he was going to be a tier 1 hero. He's not. He's terrible. This hero cannot do anything against Shudmel, or sorry, against Valkyrie. If this was the counter to Valkyrie, then we're in big trouble, guys, because this was done terribly. All right. There. I said something bad. I didn't really rant on about it. I might do that later, but there's that. Also, I want to so what to fix hero balance, how to fix. Let's go over how to fix it. This might be a long video now I think about it, but I'll try and keep it short. So how to fix the main thing that developers in other games use to fix these things are two things. One, you can release a new form of the game or a new game mode or a new hero, so something new can come in and change our perspective of how these old heroes were. something like stronger, which I don't want to see. I don't want to see power creep. I want, Orphe is like F tier or whatever. I want or D tier. I want Orphe to stay at D tier. I don't want to have to move Orphe down to F tier because the other heroes look even that much better. You know what I mean? Let's keep things like within a spectrum. Right now, it's hard to keep things within like a grading. You know what I mean? Like if I'm doing a tier list, I had I had someone like Freya at like S tier because it's a great hero, but now it's like I already put her at S tier. I have to like if I want to add Phoenix and Valkyrie to the list, I have to this has to be a double S, triple S tier, God tier, like I have to keep going. How far am I gonna have to go? I know this is a stupid complaint, but how far do I have to make the tier list go up if you're just gonna if you're gonna release a hero this powerful? Anyway, th- they need to fix that. And I do want to mention this makes the game not fun. What am I supposed to make content on? Is another thing. I'm just complaining. So for those of you that came to hear me complain, here we go. For those of you that actually wanted to learn more about TapTap, I'll get back to it. Don't worry, I'll stay on track after this. But like, what am I supposed to do? I had to make a video on what the second best undead hero was. You know how ridiculous that is? There was no I couldn't come up with a video on how what's the best hero for the undead fact. No. No one's going to watch that video. It would have been 3 seconds long. Welcome, Shudmel. Goodbye. That would have been the video and that's it. Like I can't make a good content. I'm talking about right now the most decisions to the best or the most interesting decision in the game right now is Hmm. I don't have one of these top four heroes. Let's talk about how which of the C or B tier heroes are better. I'm like, it just feels bad, you know? I don't enjoy that. I don't think anybody does. I think people want like say you and a buddy are playing and you decide, I'm gonna invest a lot into Scarlet Centaur combo. I'm gonna do the whole poison damage thing. That'll be really, really fun. And then the other guy's like, you know what? I might spend some extra money, go for a heaven hero. I'm gonna do like a Luna Nameless King. That'd be a good combo. You've got CC, you've got Luna triggering Nameless King's crit triggers, crit markers, sorry. And then, you build up these two teams, and, maybe this team wins 60% of the time, this team wins 40% of the time. And then, maybe in one game mode, the poison's a lot better in PvE game modes, and the crit is only pretty good on PvP. And then you have this strategy, and like, what do you want to build? What do you want to do? Um, I think that's cool. Like, I'm down for that. And there's some arguments to be made for which team is better, or Tesla Gerald could come in again. So things like that. Right now, none of that exists. It's just these are the four best heroes or whatever. Build them. Oh, but what about I pulled it trash. He's fodder. Is it Valkyrie for Alliance? No, fodder. Forget it. Is it see what I mean? Like I don't have fun answering questions anymore. That's my complaint. I literally just have to like if someone messaged me and says I'm trying to decide between Saw Machine and Tesla, I'm just like, hey, build them the 9-star and hope you get some Valks. Have fun. Do your daily convert and try and get a Valkyrie. All right. So how do we fix this? Nerfs are okay, people. Like I have these heroes. I am asking for nerfs, and that would hurt my team. Nerf a hero, buff another hero it's not hard to see which heroes are bad and which are good. I know some heroes should be better than other heroes. I agree. Those heroes should be rarer than other heroes. These are called heaven and hell heroes. Why? Why are they not better? Heaven and hell. I should have made this a whole point. Why isn't this its own point by itself? Heaven and hell heroes, you are not guaranteed them in anywhere. You can't get them from Vance Wheel. You can't get them from Fortune Wheel. You can't get them from Soul Shop. Well, you can get some of them now. You can get some of them now, but you see what I mean? These aren't heroes that you just randomly get. They're supposed to be very, very rare. And I'm fine with you adding them to energy summons and all this kind of stuff. But if someone makes the choice to basically, this is what happens. You start a new account, everyone pulls Horde now. Everyone pulls Horde now because you just want Phoenix. You get the Phoenix, you win. Just pull Horde. It used to be if you did that, yeah, you would get strong initially, but the person who pulled Heaven and Hell and stuck through it, eventually at the end of the game, they were happy with the decision they made because they went for a long-term goal, and the long-term goal was to get a Heaven and Hell hero so you can make a Unity aura. They played it smart. They saved up a bunch of eyes to pull for Heaven and Hell, and they got like they dealt with having okay heroes and other rules for or and other factions for a long time. Now it's like, why pull Heaven and Hell? What's the point? Buy Freyr from Soul Shop, get Verthandi from Feather Shop. I like that those options are there. I'm happy that's there, but you should be putting minimal amount of effort and resources into Heaven and Hell heroes because the other four factions are actually better. They're actually better. The other four factions are better. And it's been that way for too long. You see what I mean? Maybe it feels long because of my next point, but I think it's been that way for too long. Okay. Talked about that. Yeah, so nerfs. I'm fine with them nerfing heroes. I'm fine with them buffing heroes. If I have a 10 star, if I paid money for a hero and they nerf it, will I be a little bit upset? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's an idle game. Everyone will end up having that hero, and then you just want the game to be more balanced. And right now, I'm not going to go into how to balance these heroes. It's pretty obvious how you do that. Even if you just went through and minus some percentage points, I think people would be happy. But you don't balance heroes. You release a hero, you let it stay OP for, or you let it stay garbage for way too long, aka Saw Machine. Should have been buffed a long time ago. Needs a buff super bad, and no one would complain about that buff. No, I can guarantee you, no one's gonna say, ah. Saw Machine is too strong right now. Is already on everyone's team. I'm so mad they wasted their time buffing him. No, he needs to be buffed. Clerics are too strong. People would be happy that you buff Saw Machine because now there's something to counter all the clerics. All right, I think I'm done with hero balance because there's not much else to talk to. It was really obvious point. The first thing you thought about when you clicked the video was he's going to talk about how OP Phoenix and Valkyrie are, and I did. I said it, and how unbalanced the game is right now. So we got to that. So my next point is actually the event rotation. So you know how they changed this recently, so that there was an event rotation where it was going like Fortune Wheel, Miracle Eye, Keys, and those are the three big ones, the three main ones, and those are like rotating every 3 weeks, right? Going through the rotation, and maybe you had like a special event in between that gave you some time to save, like Easter or Valentine's or St. Patrick's Day, things like that, right? Well, they're starting to mess around with that, which is, I guess I'm okay with it. But here's your problem. You changed. I'll show you guys on the emulator. You change this. Now I'm cool with moonstones. I think moonstones were a great addition to the game. Gives people something to go for and then save up and spend wisely. More decisions always good. Round 1 out of 3. This means you can complete this event multiple times. But because they did that, what they did is they reduced the cost. So it's only 400 to finish now, where it used to be like 600 to finish a long time ago, or 500, right? I don't remember. But the cost of doing that is that they changed the rewards. They added moonstones, which are great, and then they added diamond key, which is terrible. It's garbage. And then to do that, they did this a long time ago, but I don't want to talk about the very beginning of the game. But they used to give good heroes in Fortune Wheel. But anyway, to do that, they had to reduce the rewards. So you'll see in uh, in events where they reduce the required amount of spins or pools, they gave worse heroes. And I know it was just released that Shudmel is the next Miracle Eye, spoiler alert, and that Shudmel is the best undead hero, so yay. That's great for people who don't have her, but I'm not. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not that happy about that. Shudmel you can get from Advanced Wheel. This is Miracle Eye we're talking about. It's the thing that you save up you save up doing Legion. The active players get a lot of Miracle Eyes. Um, And Shudbell you can get from Advanced Wheel. It's not an exclusive hero. And what that does to the game is it becomes more RNG, more luck based. When you had the best heroes or the top two heroes in the game beat event prizes, it meant the people who either spent a lot of money or saved up over the course of the like month that you had between events, they are rewarded. They're rewarded because they can get a top tier hero guaranteed. They don't have to spam the converts every day like I do, or they don't have to go and do a bunch of like pools in whatever faction they need that hero from. They're just guaranteed, hey, if I save up, I'm going to get a good hero. And recently that's not been the case. If you saved up, you were left with what, Scarlet? What was the last one? It was someone terrible, right? Anyway, a Bloodtooth. You're left with Bloodtooth, someone you can buy from Feather Shop already. I want to see heroes in Miracle Eye that you cannot get from anywhere else in the game, all right? I don't want to see Shudmel, who you can get from Advanced Wheel. Although it would take you a long time, you get free Advanced Wheel tokens every single week. You can farm for Shudmel that way. And I know it's chance, but at least it's there. I don't want to see Verthondias. I don't want to see Vegvisirs. I don't want to see Bloodtooths. I don't want to see anyone you can buy in Soul Shop, Feather Shop, Luck Shop. I want to see heroes that are otherwise pure RNG. So we're talking Lindberghs. I want to see Lindbergh. I know he's really, really strong, but that is increase up to 120 and give me a good hero again. Okay, that's what I'm asking. How to fix? Make events good again by giving us good heroes and increasing the amount to get those heroes. Heroes that are exclusive heroes is how I'm going to call them. They can't be bought in shops. My second point about event rotation is you added all these rounds. Who's happy about that? I'm in the comments. If who is happy about being able to complete Fortune Wheel or Pool or um, Keys 3 times? Nobody. You know why? Because what you did is by doing that, you catered to the super whales who can somehow buy enough eyes to do it 3 times for moonstones. And then what you ended up doing to the people who aren't huge whales, they're just like, well, I'll wait. I used to wait 1 month to do it, but now that doesn't make a lot of sense. I should probably save up till I can do it 3 times because I want the good reward 3 times. All right, I'll wait 3 months without doing anything. That's not fun. Who wants to wait 3 months to do an event? That is not fun. I feel bad for everyone who's like a mild spender or a free to play that wants to make a smart decision. Someone comes and asks me, should I pull this event? How many eyes do you have? I have 100 eyes. Oh, perfect. You can do it 1 time. Is it a hero that you need? No, I only have 2 copies of it, so it would be my third copy. I'm thinking, you need 3 copies. You might as well wait until you have 300 eyes so that you can pull 3 copies because you'll need as many copies of that hero that you want to make it a 10 star. But now you have these giant gaps. Like, I feel like I haven't done anything in the game for so long. Literally log in, do my convert, do my dailies, watch ads, and then log off. I cannot do anything else. I can't pull for eyes if eyes comes around because who has enough eyes saved up right now unless I'm going to spend, which I won't. And then I can't do fortune wheel because one, nothing in here is good. What do I want from this? What does anyone want from this? Just the eyes? Like, no one wants a diamond key or a ripper. And to do it 3 times just feels like a waste, right? You know what's sad? When Fortune Wheel, the best thing you get from Fortune Wheel is actually what's in the wheel, not the event rewards. The best thing I want from Fortune Wheel is purple essence, which you get from spinning it. That's sad. That is really sad. Make Fortune Wheel like actually useful, please. The 10 moonstones, yeah, we're all gonna get them. We're all gonna need them eventually, but I'm not happy about it. All right. Event rotation. Is that all I wanted to say there? I think so, because my problem with event rotation right now is there's too big of a gap and there's incentive to save. And there used to be that, but you save to get something good. Now you save to maybe get something good, but probably not. Probably your Shudmel is the exception right now. And like I said, you can get her. Even if I didn't, I know people are going to disagree, but if I didn't have a 10-star Shudmel, I would save my eyes probably because I know that over time I can get it from the wheel. Just every day I'll refresh a couple times a day. I'll look for shred mail. I'll roll it a week. I'll get 5 more advanced tokens. I'll try again. I'll get the shred mail eventually. So I'm not too bothered about it. Um, now, yeah, I'll stop there. Okay, let's move on to my last point. A strategic game mode. This isn't what to fix. This is what to add to make the game fun. So Planet, a lot of people are like finishing Planet 120, 119, 115, 112. Like we're basically at the end of some of these things for a lot of people. And that was like the newest game mode they've had, I think. Like that's part of the everyday game or every other day game. And did it? I want to say it had strategy. But I'm gonna be honest, there's not much. Like, yeah, the banning of factions makes it kind of interesting that you can't just use your main team for everything. But at this point, guys, we figured it out. You just use the OP heroes that aren't banned. Uh, Expedition is the other strategic game mode in TapTap Heroes. Um, and it was before it didn't have these things, by the way. They've added these. But actually, this is a good example. Um, right now, is there really strategy? I'm gonna say no. You always go dodge. If there's no dodge, you go true damage. If there's no true damage, you go attack. That's all it does. I went dodge. I went dodge again. There was no dodge, so I went crit rate. It was the best one they had. So, I mean, what's the strategy, guys? Like, it's someone who's never played the game before would probably go in here and do pretty well. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna talk about Expedition. It's boring, right? It's boring. It's almost annoying to deal with Expedition. I want something fun. I want to be able to. Team Arena was a great addition, but I want a PvE game mode. The PvP in the game is fine. I know it's going to be the same heroes fighting the same heroes, and it's all RNG based. Fine. Den of Secrets was actually kind of fun. I got to sit there and spam it for a while and just, try out different teams. I'm cool with Den of Secrets, but people are hitting this like wall where the wall is just the Scarlets do too much damage, the Verthandis reflect too much damage, or the Abyss Lord is too tanky. Like you hit these walls on certain levels, and then it's not even strategy because it's the same level again. So like 438 or whatever is the same as 441. It's the same as 446. It's like the same level you're hitting the wall. It's the same heroes just with higher base stats. That's boring. That is not good strategy. I'm talking about add something like Expedition where you give like meaningful buffs or stat boosts or give you I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I play AFK Arena a little bit and it's an okay game. It's definitely pay to win, just like TapTap Heroes is. But that don't worry about the PvP game modes. What they got right was the PvE game modes are fun. Peaks of Time is interesting. I have to like actually try and figure things out. Peaks of Time is like this mode where you put on a map and there's a puzzle. You actually play with your team. You fight teams. They die. You can pick up buffs and like regen and things like that. And you know, like some restrictions come in, like you have to use these heroes or you can't use these heroes. Or if you want to unlock this path, you can use only these types of heroes. But if you want to just burst through it and use your main team, you can, but you're gonna miss out on some stuff. Like fun gameplay. And there's no gameplay. It's an idle game, but there's still gameplay. Like that made no sense. But you see what I'm talking about? Okay. TapTap Heroes doesn't have anything like that. Also, another thing they have, which would be easy to implement, I feel like you just have to put in a little bit of work here, but there'd be something called Labyrinth is what it's called in AFK Arena, and if you go check it out, it's really fun. Literally, if you play that game just for Labyrinth, I would understand because that's kind of the only reason I play. I log in. It's like Expedition where it's every other day. I do Labyrinth and I'm having a great time. I'm using a team and the heroes are okay, sure. You make a team of heroes. But what happens is you start like on a platform and then on this platform you have an option. You can fight or you can get a new hero. Like a random hero you get to choose from will join your team. So I'll be like, well, I'll fight because if I fight and I win, I get a buff to my team. But it's not like, congratulations, 5% crit chance. No, it'll be like some things are really fun where it's like every 15 seconds a hail of arrows will rain down on the enemy team. Like, that's really cool. Okay, I'll take that. And then you go to the next one, and now you have three options. But you can kind of see what. So you have these two, right, where you started. Then there's the three, and above that you see there's a two. So you can kind of see what's at the two above it. So you know if you go to the like the right side of my left side, then you're gonna block yourself out from the other one. But maybe on that left side there's a new hero. In the middle there's a heal. Maybe you don't need a heal. And on the right there's like another battle again. And it kind of shows you how difficult the battles are before you do it so you can prepare. And these buffs are cool. Like you go through it, you beat a team, the buff will be something like the enemy team is cocooned for 5 seconds before or at the beginning of the battle. So your guys are able to just wail on the enemies, which is fun. And then it goes to the next one, and maybe a buff instead of like something that adds changes the game mode, maybe it does do something like change the stat. So it'd be like think Freya. Freya has a 30% to petrify. That's a because it hits everyone. Let's talk like Vegvisir has a chance to freeze four people, right? Instead would be like Vegvisir now has a chance to freeze six people for one turn instead of four people for two turns. You can actually change their moves as you go up, specific heroes, and it give you incentive to use Vegvisir now. So something like that would be so much fun. They're focusing so they're what they're doing is they're focusing so much on the PvP and the competition to keep you playing that they're really lacking in PvE game modes, which is what keeps casuals playing. Um, and I want as many casual people to play TapTap Heroes and enjoy it, not to have to worry about finishing top 20 in Legion every week, or going into the arena and like getting frustrated that people are hitting you back, or um, just the PvP game modes are okay, they're good. I'm not asking that you change those. I'm just asking that you either change Expedition or add a new game mode for PvE that makes it really fun. At the moment, Planet Trial, I can finish some of these at 120. You'll see I haven't because I'm too bored. I don't want to sit there and spam the same battle over and over until I get to 120. Den of Secrets is done, and Expedition is just pick dodge every game or every round that you can. So those are my three main complaints about TapTap Heroes right now. I would say I think that's the order of one, two, three. The top one is the most important to fix. And if you guys agree or disagree, I know this video was way longer than it should have been, and I went over the same points over and over and over again. But I don't know. I had fun making it. If you guys have any suggestions on what I can do better for video making, if you guys have any, like, if you disagreed with me and you thought the game's perfect, well, have fun. I mean, that's fine. You can tell me. I'll try and respond if you actually have a question there. But yeah, let us know in the comments. Expect another video to come out either today or tomorrow. Oh no, probably tomorrow. So I have several videos, and I'm still streaming. So if you want to check my stream, you can subscribe or join the Discord, and you'll get notified when I stream. And during the stream, I may not be playing TapTap Heroes always because there's nothing for me to do. But if you have questions about your teams or anything like that, I'll still answer them. I always tell people that, like, if I'm playing a totally different game, but you have a TapTap Heroes question, I still like pause and take the time to answer it. So go ahead and do that. Stop by. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. Peace.